Hey there, and welcome to the new episode. Have you ever felt stuck in your own head, thinking about something over and over again? You know you need to make a decision, start something or move forward, but instead, you just keep analyzing. You play out every possible scenario, trying to predict the outcome, but in the end, nothing happens. No action, no progress, just endless thinking. This is what overthinking does. It makes you believe that you're preparing, that you're being smart and careful. But really it's just keeping you stuck. You tell yourself you need more time, more information, or the perfect plan before you start. But the truth is, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to take action. So today let's break that cycle. Let's talk about why we overthink, how it's holding you back, and most importantly, how to stop overanalyzing and start doing. By the end of this, you'll have real practical ways to shift your mindset, make decisions faster, and take action with confidence. So why do we overthink in the first place? It all comes down to fear. Fear of failure, fear of making the wrong choice, fear of what people might think, fear of not being good enough. Your brain is always trying to protect you, to keep you from making mistakes. And sometimes that's a good thing. But most of the time, it just traps you in endless loops of hesitation. Think about a time when you wanted to start something new. Maybe a project, a business, a creative idea. At first, you were excited. But then the doubts started creeping in. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if people judge me? So instead of taking action, you kept thinking about it. You researched, planned, analyzed, but deep down, you weren't making real progress. The truth is, overthinking doesn't protect you. It just keeps you stuck. It drains your energy, lowers your confidence, and stops you from making moves that could change your life. And while you're sitting there overanalyzing, someone else is out there taking action, learning from their mistakes, and getting ahead. So how do we break free from this? How do we stop thinking and start doing? One of the best ways to break the habit of overthinking is to train your brain to act fast. There's something called the 5-second rule. The idea is simple. When you feel yourself hesitating, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then move. Take action before your brain has a chance to stop you. Let's say you want to start working out. But every time you think about it, you talk yourself out of it. Instead of sitting there debating, just count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then stand up, put on your shoes and go. The more you do this, the more you train yourself to stop hesitating and start moving. Another way to stop overthinking is to set deadlines for your decisions. Give yourself a time limit. If it's a small decision, give yourself 5 minutes. If it's a bigger decision, give yourself a day or two. But once that time is up, you have to decide. No more thinking, no more debating. Just make the choice and move forward. Most decisions aren't permanent. If you realize later that you need to adjust, you can. But at least you're making progress instead of staying stuck. Another thing that keeps people stuck in overthinking is the idea that everything has to be perfect before they start. But perfection doesn't exist. If you wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect plan, you'll never begin. Instead of asking, "Is this perfect?" ask, "Is this good enough to start?" Most successful people don't wait until they have everything figured out. They start where they are and improve along the way. A big part of overthinking comes from having too many options. The more choices you have, the harder it is to decide. If you're stuck trying to make a decision, narrow it down. Instead of looking at 10 different options, pick 2 or 3. Then choose the best one and move on. The more you simplify your choices, the easier it becomes to take action. Another way to break free from overthinking is to stop worrying about what other people think. A lot of the time, we hesitate because we're afraid of being judged. We ask ourselves, what will people say if I fail? But the truth is, most people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are. They're too busy with their own lives. And even if someone does have an opinion, it doesn't change anything. Your life is yours to live. The only person who has to be okay with your decisions is you. One of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make is to see everything as an experiment. Instead of thinking, what if this doesn't work? Start thinking, let me try this and see what happens. When you treat things as an experiment, failure isn't a big deal. It's just feedback. Every action teaches you something, even if it doesn't go perfectly. A great way to get out of overthinking is to take one small step. Action leads to clarity. If you're stuck in your head, ask yourself, what's one tiny step I can take right now? Maybe it's sending an email, making a phone call, writing down your plan. Whatever it is, just do it. The key is to start, because once you take that first step, it becomes much easier to keep going. If you're still struggling with overthinking, here's something you can try right now. Think of one thing you've been overthinking. Maybe it's a decision, a project, or a goal you've been putting off. Instead of analyzing it any further, take one small action toward it today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. It doesn't have to be huge. Just one small move. And remember this, overthinking doesn't solve problems. Action does. The more you act, the easier it gets. You don't need to have all the answers before you start. You just need to start. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is right now. That's it for today. If this helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more episodes like this, make sure to follow the podcast. Now go take action.